Hi, welcome to Astrology with Astrology. I'm Allie, and today I'm going to be talking about the Venus in Leo transit and what it means for your sign. Now, Venus in Leo is giving the collective the opportunity to be more bold, courageous, confident, and charismatic in relationships. And so during this transit, we're going to be seeing a lot of reflection moments with this Venus in Leo transit. We're also going to be seeing how you can give love back to yourself and how you give love to others. Now, Venus in Leo is going to go retrograde in July, and it'll be retrograde until September. So during that about 8-week period, you're going to be very reflective on what relationships mean to you and how you've been giving yourself a little bit too much to others and how others can bring that same energy back to you. And now, whenever it goes direct in September, it'll stay in Leo until October. And so during this entire summer, we're going to see a lot more romance and self-love during this transit. And I personally am excited for it because I feel like collectively we're about to shift from relationships that no longer serve us to relationships that can enhance our light instead of dimming it, and taking care of ourselves instead of taking care of others first, especially whenever that North Node moves back into Aries. Now let's move on to the horoscopes for all 12 signs. Starting off with Leo, you're going to be feeling hot under this transit, especially because Mars is still in your sign for the beginning part of this transit. Now you're going to be getting a lot of attention from a lot of people. Your social status is being elevated due to Jupiter being on your midheaven, and we're going to see a lot more of what makes you shine. Like, you're willing to put yourself in the spotlight, in the limelight, and Leo energy loves to have that attention. So this transit is going to be really good for you. During the entirety of this transit, you're going to be learning about what romance means to you and why you've been giving chances to people that don't deserve you. And what I love about this transit for you, Leo, is that you're really stepping back into your power, stepping into your confidence again, and not letting relationships tear you down. Whereas before, you may have entered relationships because you felt obligated to. And during this transit, you're learning how to take your power back and not really being in relationships that don't serve you. You're placing more boundaries around your heart during this transit, especially during retrograde, and there is a chance that your ex may come back. So it's really up to you if you're willing to go back to them or if you're okay with letting go because you know something better is on the way. And that is putting faith in your love life and putting faith in yourself. And as you're elevating your social status, you're getting a lot of attention from a lot of people. So because you're raising in your social status, your ex from the past doesn't quite meet you at that level unless they've been transforming to meet you at that same frequency. And if they're not, then this is the perfect time to let them go because they are not for you. And the person that is at the same frequency, at that elevated consciousness, is going to meet you there. So you just have to believe in that. But during retrograde season, I feel like you're going to see more of that reflection moment of, I am ready to let go. I'm stepping up. I'm meeting new people. I'm in the spotlight, and your ex is not supposed to join you in this. So Leo, have fun during this transit. This is not going to be a super committal transit for you because you're wanting to have more fun, especially because Uranus is aiding you in that impulsivity. And yeah, just go out there and have fun this summer. Like, really don't think about like the long-term commitment. You can think about what you want to see in that, but as of right now, this is all about you and how you have fun and how you're exploring the depths of your own heart. Virgo, there is major reflection moments happening for you under this transit, and while karmic cycles are ending, you are going to be releasing your big ex. Now, how that resonates with you, just know that they're no longer going to be in your heart space anymore after this transit. And that's going to be so beautiful for you because the person has been creating a blockage around your heart, and now it's time to let go. And during this transit, you're going to realize that a lot of the relationships that you've been in that may have not worked is because of your acts of selflessness in them. And Venus in Leo is going to teach you to be a little bit more selfish and more selective. And while Saturn is sitting in your 7th house and aiding you in these relationships, what you're learning is that you need to spiritually align with your person that is going to be part of your long-term journey and that long-term commitment. And even as you're elevating your role and following the path towards your higher purpose and your higher self, you are cultivating relationships that can help you get there. Like, you guys have the same goal. In Virgo, in the past, you may have felt like you needed to fix everybody in relationships, but during the entirety of this transit, you're learning that you do not have to do that. And as you're reflecting on what you're trying to fix in other people, you're learning to give that energy back to yourself. So you can look at yourself and say, okay, if I were to date me, what would I fix about myself? And I know Virgos are very nitpicky. I'm a Virgo sun, so I understand what you're going through. But I will say that once you learn how to be selfish with yourself and with your energy and your time, that right person is going to come along because you are stepping into your own power without giving it to somebody else that doesn't deserve it. They're not on your level, and that's why relationships have not worked out for you. And so you're going to learn about all of that during this transit as karmic cycles are ending. Now, with Saturn, again, helping you solidify relationships that will get you on the right path. If you're in a relationship and you know that this is the person you want to be with, Saturn may give you a helping hand in that long-term commitment because it is in your 7th house. And so really reflect on if this is the person you want to be with for the long term and what they can give back to you. But really, Virgo, this is all about you letting go of an ex. This is letting go of old energy, old mindsets that no longer serve you, so that way you can move forward in a higher consciousness and a higher level of relationship. Libra, under this transit, you are learning how to trust yourself fully. Now, you're giving your love and your heart to your social circles right now and making friendships with people that have the same values as you. But at the same time, you're learning how to use your voice and learning how to be more assertive, especially when you're out traveling with your friends and having fun with them. You are really trying to speak up and use your voice, and if something is bothering you, you're learning how to not people please and to say something. You're learning how to communicate your needs, which is so special. This is so amazing for you, Libra, because you have valid opinions and you have valid thoughts and you have a voice that needs to be heard. So during this transit, as you're surrounding yourself with a lot of different energies, you're learning how to make better decisions on who you're hanging out with, because you are attracting that energy. You're taking that energy home with you. You're reflecting on how others influence you. Just because you do want to keep the peace and keep balance and harmony within your friendships, you're learning that sometimes not everybody deserves your peace. Not everybody deserves for you to not say something, especially when something is bothering you. As you're getting your power and your confidence back under this transit and you're having fun, you're flirting, like this is not a committal summer for you, Libra, but at the end of the day, you need to learn to use your voice. Wanting to be accepted by others, but at the same time, it's okay if not everybody likes you. And I know it's so hard to hear, Libra. I have a Libra Mercury, so I definitely align myself with like the same Libra values of wanting to be liked by everyone, but not everyone's deserving of your kindness. This Venus and Leo transit is teaching you to be more selfish and more assertive and to put your foot down if you don't want to do something. And you don't have to say yes to everybody if it does not align with you. And during this retrograde period, you're going to be reflecting on why you say yes to everybody, even if they don't deserve your time or energy. If they're not for you, then why are you spending time with them? So you're really going to learn how to stop that aspect of that kind of people-pleasing ways that Libra can sometimes get into a little bit. Now, I will say that what I love about Libras is that they're always down. They're always down for whatever, but make sure that it is in alignment with you, because you're learning how to step into like a more creative version of yourself. And as you're doing that, you're attracting a lot of friends. You're attracting a lot of people that love you for that creative and loving mind that you have. Just make sure that that they're worth your time and your energy. And if something is bothering you, please speak up about it. This Venus in Leo transit is teaching you how to be more confident in your voice and trust that every decision that you make is the correct one, because it is. If you feel like it's not for you, then it's not for you, and you need to trust that. Scorpio, it is time for you to shine under this transit. Now, Venus in Leo is going to be highlighting your midheaven, or the house of your career and your higher purpose. That being said, you're going to be receiving a lot of attention and recognition under this transit, and you're learning how to be okay with it. You're learning how to dive in fully into all of this attention that you're receiving in regards to your career. Now, during this transit, this isn't really the transit for any commitment, although Jupiter is going to be helping you in all sorts of relationships. Now, I feel like, Scorpio, your focus is really making sure that you're aligning yourself with those that can help you further your career path. And while you're creating relationships, because Jupiter is in your 7th house, you're really focusing on business relationships here. Now, there may be a fling or two that, you know, you can pursue during the summertime, but really this is all about you stepping into that higher purpose and allowing yourself to gain some help and some knowledge from others. Now, you're learning to sit with your emotions, your deep emotions, and if something doesn't sit right with you, that you don't have to go along with it. You're really learning how to place boundaries around letting people either, you know, convince you of things that you're not really feeling, or that you're setting boundaries within your career, because you are getting recognition from others, but you want to make sure that they're not taking advantage of you and how powerful you are. You're learning how to take care of yourself fully, especially when Venus goes retrograde, and I wouldn't be surprised if an ex reaches out to you during this time, just because they kind of have a feeling that you're leveling up and you're transforming. You're going through a Phoenix rising phase right now. So it is really up to you whether you're going to give that ex a chance or not. But I say don't. I say that if they wanted to meet you where you are, then they would have. They would have stayed with you. They would have been there through all of your transformative phases. And if they weren't, then there was something that they saw in you, because you're so reflective, that they couldn't match your energy. They couldn't meet you at the same level. So I say whenever that ex comes back, that you just say, you know what, we've had our fun, but it's time for me to let you go. And that way you can really focus on your career and making as much money as you can, bringing in that abundance. Now, romance isn't completely ruled out, but I will say that it's not something that you're really going to be focusing on, because you have so much attention coming from all directions in regards to your career, and you're really focusing on making that financial stability happen. That's not to say that you're not going to have fun this summer, but you're really focusing on making sure that your career is something that's long-term. So one day when you do want to have that commitment, you're ready for it financially. Sagittarius, nothing can stop you under this transit. Now you're focusing on what you love the most, which is traveling, learning about the world around you, and expanding your mind. And as you're traveling and having fun, I wouldn't be surprised if you're attracting a lot of different flings during your travels. Now you're definitely getting your mojo back here, especially after that full moon in Sagittarius. As you let go of limiting beliefs around yourself and who you are stepping into that self-love phase of your life. Especially this summer, you're really focusing on having fun and allowing yourself to feel freedom in its fullest form. You're really trying to get out there and expand your mind, expand your friend groups, and just trying to have fun, because that is what life is all about for you, Sagittarius. Really diving into self-love in the sense of that you're not letting anybody else hold you back. You're really doing whatever you want. Like, nobody can stop you. Like, you're on that horse and you're going. You are just going forward and having the best time this summer. Now you're definitely feeling like you're getting attention from all over, especially when you're traveling, like I said, but you're not somebody that's going to commit to anybody during this transit. You're really focusing on yourself, and that is so freeing for you, especially if you've had difficult relationships in the past. And as you're reflecting on those past relationships, you're discovering what is the most important to you. Now, you could have been self-sacrificing in relationships before, or you could have been dating whoever because they were fun in the moment, but this transit is going to teach you what you want to see for the long term whenever you're ready for that. But right now, you're just focused on being free. Capricorn, while you're reforming structures within relationships, you are learning how to create an emotional, intense bond with others. And during the entirety of this transit, you're reflecting on why past relationships didn't work, or you're releasing an ex that is holding your heart hostage. Like, it's literally creating a blockage around your heart energy center. And so during this time, you're learning how to let go of the past. You're learning to let go of those past relationships that are preventing you from moving forward in relationships that are beneficial to you, that you would want to invest your time and your heart into. Jupiter is helping you in your romantic endeavors, but at the same time, you're not really ready for that commitment yet. You're still learning to let go of relationships that no longer served you. And now Pluto going back into your sign, you're really having major reflection moments as far as yourself and your relationship goes. And you're learning to release the tight grip that you have on love. And what I mean by that is that you are going to be looking at love from a different lens, from a different viewpoint, as Jupiter is expanding your consciousness in romance, and this Venus and Leo transit is teaching you how to be warm-hearted. Pluto going back into your sign, as you are reflecting on what romance means to you, you are learning that romance isn't something that is structured and by the book. It's more of how you feel. So as Jupiter is expanding your views on romance, and Pluto is transforming your own mindset and your own self, you're learning that sometimes love isn't just like, I'm going to do this and it's going to go like this and I'm going to pursue this. It's more of how you feel. So you're really going to be opening your heart a little bit more under this transit. You're evolving in a way that eases that mindset of what love should be and what it actually looks like. As you're diving into a more emotional version of yourself, you're learning to be more open to the idea of creating that emotional bond with another. But this summer is all about how you love yourself, really, how you are going to give yourself love, and that true love that you want, that will attract to you, starts from within. So energetically, you're going to be more in alignment with yourself, so that way that energy, that frequency will go out and you're like, oh, I'm attracting a lot more attention here. During the entirety of this transit, you're going to be making decisions on who you want to invest your time in and who is going to help you get to the next phase of your life, because you have gone through the motions with Pluto in your sign for a very long time, for at least 15 years. So during that Pluto and Capricorn transit, you have been transforming a lot, and there have been a lot of relationships that left during this time. And so because of that, you are reflecting on all of those relationships, you're letting go of an ex, and you're stepping into self-love fully during this transit, as you're creating an intense emotional bond with yourself and learning to be more open to love. Aquarius, you are learning how to attach fully in relationships. Now, you're normally aloof and playing hard to get, but during this transit, you're learning that being vulnerable is actually the best thing for you in relationships. And you're showing off your more intellectual and trend-setting side of you, and that is going to aid you in your confidence. Now, your opposite sign of Leo is helping you become more confident, and you're willing to be more of your authentic self. Now, sometimes Aquarius can kind of hide that really trend-setting, very intellectual part of themselves, but this Venus and Leo transit is teaching you that it is okay to be your authentic self, and whoever doesn't like it doesn't have to be a part of your life. And I know Aquarius is very much on the I'm thinking of the whole community. I'm thinking of what everybody else thinks. I'm thinking of everybody as a whole instead of thinking of yourself first. And so this transit is going to teach you how to step back into your own skin, your own self, and you're okay with being that amazing, quirky self. Now, I'm an Aquarius rising, so this transit is really going to open me up to the idea of being more of my authentic self. And ever since I started this channel, I've been feeling that energy a little bit. So during this transit, you're really going to find what it means to be you, and you're going to be that person fully. Now, I would not be surprised if an ex came back for you during retrograde, but there's a reason why you broke up. And now that you've been aligning yourself with your goals, and that, you know, Pluto's been transforming you, and Jupiter is helping you discover that home is within yourself. So as you're going through these changes, you're learning more about yourself, you're stepping into who you want to be, and that you're going to shine in a way that others have never seen before, and you're really glowing up here. So because you're trying to stay on track with your goals, do not let this ex distract you. There's a reason why you broke up. If you're pursuing a business partnership, that will actually work out under this transit because you're so focused on accomplishing your goals. So if that resonates with you, good luck. I hope that happens for you because you've been working so hard, and as you're elevating your role and yourself as a whole, you deserve this abundant opportunity. Pisces, Saturn being in your first house, you've been working so hard towards your dreams and your goals. But with Venus moving into Leo, you are learning how to have fun while you're working really hard. Now, I know that sounds contradictory, but Venus in Leo is going to show you that while you're working hard for your dreams, that you can actually have a lot of fun with it. Really learning how to take care of yourself by diving into more of your spiritual practices, which I know you love doing, especially with that Saturn in your first house. Now, you're really putting yourself first under this transit so you can focus on fulfilling that higher purpose. But at the same time, you're getting a lot of love from people in the industry that you're working in. So whether you're pursuing a new career path or you're gaining knowledge in another, you are receiving love from your coworkers. If you're somebody that works with a clientele, you could be receiving more abundance from that clientele. Now, this transit isn't ideal for starting romantic relationships, but if you've been wanting to start a business partnership or pursue a business partnership, this transit will definitely help you with that. Now, because you are spending more time focusing on work in your career, you really are not trying to commit to anybody this summer because you're working on yourself and your own evolution. And sitting in your own energy is going to be so powerful for you, Pisces, because you are so used to taking on energy from other places. And now as you're focusing on yourself, you're realizing that all of the power that you've been wanting has been within you. And you're learning how to kind of harness your own energy and not really give it to everybody that asks for it. Especially whenever Venus goes retrograde, you're going to learn how to be more selfish with your energy, so that way you can really pursue that career path and that higher role without any distractions. Unless, like I said, unless you start a business partnership, that's really going to be the relationship that you put in all of your energy instead of with someone else. So this summer, focus on your bank account, focus on your money, and really pursue that hard work that Saturn is pushing you to do, because at the end of this Saturn and Pisces transit, you will definitely reap those rewards. But right now, it's time for you to stay focused. Aries, you are feeling the love under this transit, and you're feeling more flirty. You're talking to a lot of people right now, and you are just vibing under this transit. You've been communicating so well with others, and you have no issue in communication, and you are letting everybody know how you feel. You've been feeling more confident lately, and you've been having visions in regards to what you want your future to look like. As Venus in Leo is making you feel more creative and appreciating the arts more, you are really getting out there and creating new friendships with that, especially because you've been talking to so many people. You're really just flirty, you're fun, and this summer is all about how you cultivate relationships that feel good. Really have a positive outlook on life right now. Even when retrograde happens, you're reflecting on how you take charge in relationships and how your natural ability to direct others can be used to help them rediscover their own inner fire, and that in itself is so powerful. So Aries, have fun this summer. Have fun under this transit because you're really going to be so confident during it. And while you're making good impressions, your positive outlook on life is so contagious. So really, everybody wants to be around you right now, and I don't blame them. Taurus, during Venus in Leo, you are going to want to make extravagant purchases in regards to your home. Now, you could be elevating your style, you could be changing your aesthetic, but all in all, it's going to be a reflection of how you like to live lavishly. Now, you may have people come in and out of your home this summer. You may be moving in with somebody, and that can be a roommate, a partner, or you may be expanding your family in some way, but at the end of the day, you are wanting to make sure your home feels like a home and you're taking pride in your home. So that way, whoever moves in with you or whoever is coming to visit you this summer, that they're as comfortable as can be, because if Taurus knows how to do anything, it's how to be comfortable. You maybe become more emotionally invested in the place that you call home. So you could be looking around at the place where you live with rose-colored glasses, like you're really loving everything about where you currently live. In relationships, now you may be releasing an ex during retrograde because that is a part of you. At some point, there may have been a home that was shared between this person. So during retrograde, you're going to reminisce on that life, but at the same time, you may solidify a relationship where you can feel like this person is your new home, that you've emotionally attached yourself to this new person. And because Jupiter and Uranus are in your sign right now, you may feel more impulsive in relationships. You could be moving forward with somebody that doesn't really fit your type, but they could be very different from you. But the reason being is because the person has become an emotional safe space for you. And that's why you want to move forward with this person and solidify a relationship. But make sure you're not doing it impulsively and that you're doing it because you really, really have strong feelings for them. This emotional safe space comes from that nourishment that you wanted as a child, and this person may make you feel that they're healing a part of that inner child and are emotionally safe for you. This person can provide a nourishment that is similar to a mother figure or what an ideal mother figure looks like to you, that this person can take care of you. So you're wanting to solidify this relationship with them because while Venus is in Leo, you're really loving everything about your home, and if this person makes you feel that way, you want to be bold in this relationship and move it forward. Definitely see you involving yourself quickly with somebody that does heal that part of your inner child and that does make you feel emotionally safe, but remember that there may be other commitments that you've made that may make this relationship difficult in the future. Just as long as you know every single step that you have to take to make this relationship work, that you go for it. But remember to think about all the outside things before you solidify anything. Taurus isn't one to be impulsive, but with Uranus and Jupiter in your sign and that Leo highlighting that fourth house, you're definitely wanting to be more comfortable with a person. And while you're letting go of an ex that you may have had a home with at one point, this new person is somebody that nourishes a part of you. Taurus, I see a commitment in some way for you this summer, but make sure that all of the fine details are taken care of before you fully commit. Gemini, you are getting a boost in how you communicate with others because you are just feeling the love and you're wanting everybody else to know about it. Now, communication is your forte, but when it comes to feelings and romance, you definitely stay away from the emotional side of that and you go towards the more intellectual side. But during this transit, you're going to feel so warm-hearted that you can't help but tell everybody how you feel in like the most amazing way. Under this transit, you're bringing more people together, and that it could be different walks of life, from like your co-workers meeting your family friends or your childhood friends meeting your new friends. You are creating a social circle where you are the center point. I find interesting about this transit for you, Gemini, is that you are bringing in relationships that have different ideologies. Really attracted to how different conversations are going and how different people have different viewpoints. You're taking a little bit from each conversation and going home with it and reflecting on that. During retrograde, you're letting go of any relationship that doesn't mentally stimulate you or give you mental sustenance. You can align further with relationships that elevate your consciousness and elevate your mind. You're creatively expressing yourself under this transit, and you have an easy time doing so. And if you have a strong relationship with your siblings or your neighbors, this transit is going to enhance that for you. And any tension that you may have had between your siblings or your neighbors will be squashed under this transit as you are learning to let go and be more open-minded with things. So if there was a situation before where you were so upset at your sibling about something they did in the past, this transit is going to allow you to be more forgiving and to move on. Then you don't want to harness this, you know, negative energy around them. Like, you don't want to hold on to this anymore. So this transit is going to teach you to let go of that. All in all, you're going to have a fun time this summer. You're really going to be so involved in, you know, what everyone is doing, and you want to be heard as far as how you express yourself. So you're going to be telling a lot more people how you feel about them. I'm definitely rooting for you this summer, Gemini. Cancer, you may have luck in your financial situation under this transit. Now, while you're trying to coordinate how much time and energy you spend with your new social circle, thanks to Jupiter and Taurus, you are starting to see the fruits of your labor, and now you can start living lavishly. Transit, you're wanting to treat yourself a little bit more, and those new friendships that seem to have fallen right in your lap as soon as Jupiter entered Taurus, you're wanting to treat them as well. You have no problem living comfortably, and because of that, you're wanting to share your abundance with others. Your naturally caring nature wants you to take care of others, and during this transit, you're doing it in such a bold way that your new friends will be like, whoa, where did all of this money come from? Because you're spending it on everyone you care about, solely because you are so good at taking care of other people, and you're wanting to give that nurturing part of yourself a chance to really shine under this transit. While you're enjoying the company of others, you are learning to take bold risk in business ventures that can actually be beneficial for you long term. The new relationships that you've been cultivating has you opening your heart to others that may have grown up in a similar way as you. And so that's why your belief systems and how you view the world are so similar. You find that you are relating to them on a deeper emotional level, which makes Cancer energy feel safe. There seems to be a common goal for you in your ever expanding social circle. And because of this, any business ventures that may have fallen into your lap or business partnerships seems like it would be the right idea because you have similar goals. Now, during retrograde, this is going to be the perfect opportunity for you to assess whether or not you should move forward in this business partnership, or if the business partnership is worth your investment. And that is up to you entirely how you feel about this person. If you feel like you can trust this person and that your morals are in alignment with each other, then the answer is yes, that you should move forward. But if it's not, and it seems a little too risky, then maybe take a step back and reflect on why you feel this way. After all, you're really doing what's best for you and your wallet during this transit. Because Jupiter is in your 11th house of goals and friendships, and that Leo Venus is in your 2nd house, you are having good luck in finding a perfect business partner. You don't have to worry about whether or not you trust the person that you're wanting to start a business with or having help in your business, because that Jupiter in Taurus is not going to bring anybody into your circle that is ultimately going to, screw you over in any way. You just have to learn how to trust your emotions. Now, if you intuitively feel that this person isn't good for you during retrograde, I would suggest letting them go. But if you feel like, oh yeah, I could give them a chance, then trust that feeling and trust that emotion and know that you're making the right decision. In all, Cancer, you are definitely having financial abundance under this transit. and expect to see more clients coming your way because of that. That is the Astro Tea on the Venus in Leo transit. Thank you so much for being here and enjoy it. It's going to be such a good transit for the collective. Even in retrograde, I feel like everyone is starting to get their confidence and power back. Now, I do have an Instagram with written content, and you could download written content through the link in my bio. And thank you so much for being here. Love you. Bye.